Hello and welcome. You're watching Krishi Jagran Business, India's only platform that keeps you updated with all the major agri news of the nation. Let's have a look at the headlines of this week. Indian agriculture sector witnesses robust growth, increases by 4.6% in last 6 years. Centre disbursed Rs 2.24 lakh crore to 11 crore farmers under PM-Kisan Samman Nidhi. Budget 2023 brings good news for farmers. Government increases agri credit target by Rs 20 trillion. India's defence budget increases by 13%, gets Rs 5.94 lakh crore this year. PM Modi meets UNGA President, discusses importance of conserving global water resources. India's food grains production touches a record 315 million tonnes in 2021 to 2022. Government to launch PM-Pranam scheme to promote alternative fertilizers. PM Awas Yojana allocation increased by 66% to Rs 79,000 crore. Area under Rabi crop up by 23 lakh hectares in 2023. FCI to e-auction 85,000 tonnes of wheat to bring down prices. UP government approves a scheme to encourage cultivation and processing of millets. UP Sugarcane Department issues advisory to farmers asked to follow trench method. Krishi Jagran organizes first Punjabi training session of Farmer the Journalist initiative. Kerala's budget allots Rs 971 crore to agriculture sector. IMF says inflation in India likely to fall 5% this year. Now the news in details. Over the last 6 years, India's agriculture sector has experienced rapid growth with an average annual growth rate of 4.6%. According to the Economic Survey, this has allowed agriculture and allied activities to contribute significantly to the country's overall growth, development and food security. As per the report, the country has recently emerged as a net exporter of agricultural products, with exports reaching more than $50 billion in 2021 to 2022. The survey attributes the sector's growth to government measures to boost crop and livestock productivity, ensure farmers certainty of returns through price support and target interventions to improve credit availability. It said that these interventions are consistent with the committee's recommendations for doubling farmers' income. The survey also claimed that over 11 crore farmers received income support from government during PM Kisan's April to July 2022 to 2023 cycle. The government informed Parliament on Friday that Rs 2.24 lakh crore has been transferred directly into the accounts of 11.5 crore farmers across the country through PM Kisan Samman Nidhi scheme. In a written reply to question in Rajya Sabha, Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar said the government has disbursed over Rs 2.24 lakh crore to Indian farmers and their families. More than 1.7 lakh crore of this amount has been transferred since the lockdown due to COVID pandemic, assisting farmers in the country to manage their day-to-day expenses. One of the largest central sector schemes, PM Kisan Samman Nidhi, is being implemented to supplement the financial needs of the land-holding farmers in the country. Farmers receive a financial benefit of 6,000 rupees per year, paid in 3 equal installments through the scheme. FM Nirmala Sitharaman presented her 5th budget in the Parliament on February 1 and announced a slew of agriculture initiatives in her budget speech. An agriculture escalator fund will be established to encourage young entrepreneurs to launch agri startups. In addition, the agri credit target has been increased to Rs 20 trillion. Also, she told that Centre will encourage 10 million farmers to take up natural farming, and for this, it will provide all necessary assistance. Sitharaman added that 10,000 bio-input resource centres will be established for fertilizer and pesticide manufacturing. A digital public infrastructure for agriculture is also being developed as the open source, open standard and interoperable public good. According to the FM, it will enable inclusive farmer-centric solutions and aid in improving access to farm inputs, market intelligence and support the agriculture industry and startups. Capital investment outlay is being increased steeply for the third year in a row to rupees 10 lakh crore. FM announced that all cities and towns will be enabled for 100% mechanical desludging and septic tanks and sewer. FM announced that all the cities and towns will be enabled for 100% mechanical desludging and septic tanks and sewers to transition from manhole to machine hole mode. The budget provides for the highest ever railway outlay at rupees 2.4 lakh crore, boosting affordable regional connectivity. The budget further announces 33% higher capital outlay of rupees 10 lakh crore will fast-track implementation of higher multiplier government programs such as Bharatmala, Gati Shakti, Parvatmala and Sagarmala. India has proposed rupees 5.94 trillion in defence spending for the fiscal year 2023-24, a 13% increase over initial estimates of the previous period, with the goal of adding more fighter jets and roads along with its tense border with China. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman set aside rupees 1.63 trillion for defence capital expenditures, which would include new weapons, aircraft, warships and other military hardware, as she unveiled nearly $550 billion in total federal spending in the fiscal year 2023-24, which begins in April this year. In the recent years, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has increased military spending while emphasizing his government's commitment to increasing domestic production to supply forces stationed along two contentious borders. Sitharaman stated that in 2023-24, 2.77 trillion would be spent on military salaries and benefits, 1.38 trillion on pensions for retired soldiers, and additional amounts for miscellaneous items. Prime Minister Narendra Modi met Kasaba Korosi, President of United Nations General Assembly's 77th session this week. The two leaders discussed the importance of conserving and optimizing global water resources. Happy to welcome Kasaba Korosi on his first visit to India. Reaffirmed India's commitment to multilateralism, including at the UN. We discussed the importance of conserving and optimizing global water resources. Welcomed his support for G20 India, PM Modi tweeted. Earlier, UNGA President met External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar at the Millet lunch hosted by him. The two leaders also talked about the G20 agenda, UN reform and the Ukraine war. Kasaba Korosi had arrived in New Delhi for a 3-day visit, wherein he delivered the 14th Sapru House Lecture on Solution Through Solidarity, Sustainability and Science. Despite the climate change challenges, India's food grain production will reach a record 315.7 million tons in 2021-22, according to the Economic Survey 2023 tabled in Parliament yesterday by Union Minister of Finance and Corporate Affairs Nirmala Sitharaman. Furthermore, according to the first advance estimates of 2022-2023, total food grain production in the country is estimated at 149.9 million tons, which is higher than the previous 5 years' average Kharif food grain production. Pulse production has also been significantly higher than the 5-year average of 23.8 million tons. FM Nirmala Sitharaman in her budget address said that the government would introduce a new program called PM-Pranam to intensify state and union territories to promote alternative fertilizer and balanced use of chemical fertilizers. According to Sitharaman, the PM program for restoration, awareness, nourishment and amelioration of Mother Earth would be introduced to encourage states and union territories to promote alternative fertilizers and moderate use of chemical fertilizer. PM-Pranam aims to reduce the use of chemical fertilizers in agriculture and shift to biofertilizers. In the budget announced on Wednesday, the government set aside rupees 25,103 crores for schemes urban sector and rupees 54,000 crore for its rural sector, summing it up to a total of rupees 79,590 crores. Budget documents show that the increase in primarily In the rural component of the plan, following Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman's announcement of an increase in the budget outlay for the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, which now totals over Rs 79,000 crores. The urban segment of Awas Yojana received Rs 20,000 crores in funding during the previous fiscal year. However, the revised estimate for the cost was 28,708 crores. The budgetary allocation for the scheme is almost 12% less than the updated projection from the previous year. The updated estimate for the scheme's rural module cost was Rs 48,000 crores, about twice as much as the initial allotment of Rs 20,000 crores. Overall acreage of Rabi crops in the country increased by 23 lakh hectares over the previous year and by 87 lakh hectares over the normal sown area. However, the high-focus Nutri-cum-coarse cereals, including millets, could not keep up. In fact, coarse cereals recorded less than normal acreage, while reporting only marginally higher sown area than in 2021 to 2022. Rabi crops are planted in the winter month of October to December and are harvested in the summer months of April to June. Oilseeds, on the other hand, made significant progress, reporting nearly 89 more acreages than the previous year and a massive 39% more than normal sown area. Despite the fact that all the major Rabi crops reported higher acreage than their normal sown areas, the performance of Nutri cereals does not appear to be encouraging to begin with. The Food Corporation of India will release 85,000 tons of wheat in the open market through e-auction to bring down its prices. This is a part of a nationwide initiative by Tamil Nadu Regional Office of FCI to rein prices that had gradually risen over the last few months. Wheat prices being e-auctioned are at least Rs 10 per kg lower than what is currently available. According to FCI's general manager in the region, the Tamil Nadu Rural Flour Mills Association would alone require 75,000 tons per month. E-auctioning is permitted to flour mills, empaneled bulk buyers, traders, and wheat production manufacturers who have registered with the FCI. The minimum amount that can be purchased via online auction is 10 tons and the maximum amount is 3,000 tons. The Uttar Pradesh Cabinet, chaired by CM Yogi Adityanath, has approved a plan to promote the production, processing and consumption of millets in the state. According to the statement released by the state government, the Cabinet approved the Uttar Pradesh Millet Revival Program. According to the release, the state government will pay Rs 186.26 crore for its operation till 2026 to 27. Farmers will receive a mini kit of millet seeds for every year for next 4 years, starting in 2023. Farmers will be selected among those who have registered on the Agriculture Department's website or who are PM-Kisan Samman Nidhi's recipients. According to an official statement, 25% of the beneficiaries will be from SC/ST community, with women farmers reviving special consideration. Processing, packaging, and marketing facilities will be built for millet kits, and mobile outlets, stores will be also promoted. The UP Sugarcane Department issued a Panchamrit advisory for sugarcane spring sowing in the state. It includes 5 advanced activities aimed at increasing agriculture income, sugarcane yield, soil improvement and water conservation during irrigation. The additional Chief Secretary of the Sugar Industry and Sugarcane Development in the state told that farmers have been advised to use trench method of sugarcane sowing for increased yield. The advisory mentioned scientific methods to combat red rot disease, also known as sugarcane cancer. It also highlighted the intercropping of the pulses such as moong and urad with sugarcane. Drip irrigation was also recommended in the advisory. Dr. S.S. Dhaka, a plant physiologist at Krishi Vigyan Kendra, said that the drip irrigation saves 90 to 92% more water than tube well irrigation. Krishi Jagran has always been solving the problems of the farmers in the country through its platform, following which the organization has started Farmer the Journalist Initiative. Under this, the farmers are working to play the role of journalist by taking the news related to agriculture in their area to the country and the world through Krishi Jagran's platform. Recently, Krishi Jagran's team organizes first training session in the Punjabi language for the 38th. Till now, more than 200 farmers have joined FTJ and have got a platform to share their stories. On Friday, Kerala Finance Minister K.N. Balagopal announced that the state government is giving the agriculture sector a special priority with a total of Rs 971.17 crore set aside for it, while a central assistance payment of Rs 156.30 crores is anticipated out of this. The overall expenditure for rice development has been increased from the current year's provision of Rs 76 crore to Rs 95.10 crore, he added. In the budget, the state government has set aside Rs 6 crore for farming techniques based on technology to encourage organic farming. Further, a total of Rs 93.45 crore has been set aside for an extensive development program for vegetable farming. According to the International Monetary Fund, inflation in India is expected to fall from 6.8% in the current fiscal year, ending March 31, to 5% the following fiscal year, and then to 4% in 2024. The projected deflation reflects falling international fuel and non-fuel commodity prices as a result of weaker global demand. It also reflects the cooling effect of monetary policy fighting on underlying inflation, which is expected to fall from 6.9% in the fourth quarter of 2022 to 4.5% in the fourth quarter of 2023, as per IMF's statement. Well, that would be all in today's weekly segment. This is Ayushi signing off.